Subterranean, but for planets' surfaces other than Earth. Subterranean, existing, situated, or operating below the surface of the Earth, underground. Informally, we can use subterranean to describe that which lies below the surface. Technically, terranean refers to Terra, the Latin name for Earth. What word could we use to mean that which lies below a surface, in general? I.e., what would we say about caves under the surface of Mars, submartian?
This question is predicated on the wrong definition of Terra. As seen at Wiktionary: ground, dry land, earth, soil, dirt. That is, not Earth, the planet, but instead earth, meaning dirt or ground. So, subterranean is acceptable to describe anything underground, whether under the surface of planet Earth or not. Edit: I would not suggest using subsurface unless it was acceptable to include underwater things such as a submarine.
NASA uses subterranean, as in this press release. NASA's Hubble Space Telescope has the best evidence yet for an underground saltwater ocean on Ganymede, Jupiter's largest moon. The subterranean ocean is thought to have more water than all the water on Earth's surface. Granted, the op asked for an alternate to subterranean, and NASA is perhaps not a leading expert in English, but subterranean seems preferable to a plethora of words specific to every planet and moon on which underground water might be found. This is especially so now that exoplanets are being found in great number, and the technology to find out if water exists on or inside them is sure to be developed, if it has not already been.
You may use underground. Occurring, situated, or used below ground level, an underground tunnel, an underground explosion. Collins Dictionary. From www.space.com. A new study suggests that water also flows on the surface. Local, or only underground on Mars. From www.sky.com. Evidence of life on Mars may be underground.
Subterranean or underground are perfectly acceptable usage for other planets or moons composed of rocky material. As indicated by others, Terra frequently refers to Earth as in soil or land, rather than Earth the planet. Earth is not the only planet that shares its name with a substance. Mercury does, too, but in that case it is a coincidence, whereas in the case of Earth it is not. There are many words and phrases based on the root terra dash. These include terracotta, terra firma, terrace, and most tellingly, terrain. If we cannot use the word subterranean to refer to underground features on Mars, then by the same logic we cannot speak of Martian terrain, and the position becomes absurd. In fact, the 4 inner planets of the solar system are said to be terrestrial planets, meaning they are composed of earth and rock. The situation is different for gas giants, such as Jupiter, or bodies composed largely of water ice such as Europa or Titan, which have an ice crust. The latter are believed to have a subsurface ocean rather than a subterranean one. They also are believed to have features analogous to volcanoes where molten ice rather than molten rock is spewed out. These are known as cryovolcanoes.
This distinction doesn't seem useful to me. Furthermore, as Spencer points out, it is based on false premise. The question implicitly assumes that Terra is only the Latin name for Earth. In fact, it is also the Latin word for Earth. Dirt, ground, or dry land. Mars may not be Earth, uppercase E, but it certainly has Earth, lowercase e. I don't think it even makes sense to interpret the Terra in subterranean as meaning Earth. Are subterranean structures beneath Earth, the planet as a whole? No, they aren't. The Earth's center of gravity is a point inside the planet, so nothing can be beneath it. subterranean structures are beneath Earth. The same confusion in French has led to the coinage of some silly words like a Marseille, land on Mars, by analogy with a Terra, land on dry land, and a Marsasage, but these words are not necessary and are not favored by official organizations, as explained in the following Le Monde blog post. Dico, doit on dire a Marsasage ou a terrassage sur Mars? Les experts soulignent que l'apparition de ces néologismes est due à une confusion. La racine de terrassage n'est design par la Terra, la planète, mais bien la Terra, l'élément. Il aurait donc pas de sens à parler d'un amarsage puisque, même sur Mars, le robot est posé sur de la Terra. My translation, experts highlight that the appearance of these neologisms is due to a confusion. The root of a terrassage doesn't designate Earth, the planet, but Earth, the element. There is therefore no sense in speaking of a Marsasage, because, even on Mars, the robot rests on the Earth. If you restricted all terms with roots like this to their original, terrestrial references, you'd also be unable to speak of oceans on any planet but Earth, since the word ocean comes from the same root as the Greek personification of the ocean Oceanus. Oops. Tell that to the people writing about a hypothesized ocean of Jupiter's moon Europa. Or should that be a subsurface body of water on Jupiter's satellite Europa? In fact, I found that the actual word Terra itself, or the plural terrae, seems to be used in astronomy to refer to particular regions of the moon that are rocky or rough.
If you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing.